Yo, what's going on, guys? So today we're checking out another Nomad's van, and he lives in it full time in Wyoming, over here in Jackson. And we're over here at the Grand Tetons, and we wanted to give you guys a full in-depth tour of his van. So without further ado, here we go. Yo, what's up, man?
What's up? My name is Sebastian. I'm 28 years old, and I live full time in my 1985 Volkswagen Vanagon here. Come check it out. These Vanagons, they're the West Valley conversion, and they're really well known for the pop top. You have all the headroom you could ever ask for. Going straight into the bedroom right here is the back of the van. This kind of folds out like a futon, so I call this couch mode. And then you just pull this on out, and it is a nice bed for maybe one person, maybe sometimes two people, but it just folds out super easily, and just like that, it's now a bedroom. You can fold it back to couch mode, and you have all of this standing area around here. Moving on to my closet here, it's I use this one and this cabinet here primarily for my closet. So I've got all of my clothes rolled up right here, nice and neat. It looks really good right now because I just did laundry. So I got pants, t-shirts, most of my jackets and sweaters are right on up here, shoved up in there. Try and stay as organized as possible. I have backpacking equipment, extra blankets. Usually keep my paraglider in there as well. It's not in there right now because it's packed up in a huge backpack. It could be a little bit more organized, but it's not. There's always something going on, and sometimes I give myself like a full day to just clean. And this is one of my pantries right here. So I've got the coffee stuff, I got a lot of pasta, and some maple syrup for that French toast, some protein powder, you know how it is. A little cabinet down here for shoes, and got the Tide and other knickknacks, but mostly shoes in there. This is another cabinet that doesn't really get well used. It's supposed to be a fridge, but I took the original fridge out. I've got some more shoes in there, and I'll put my paragliding harness in there usually, and it's just used for more junk storage. Right over here, I've got my other pantry. So I have these totes right here, snacks and stuff, and I got bread in this one. I have yet to go shopping yet this week. Everything Tetris is nicely in here because we're living in a small space. Got there, this drawer comes out, got plates, pots and pans right here, some your standard bowls. These are glass. They have not broken on me yet. Close that on up. Got the toiletries, forks, knives, these nice organizers. Right on up in here is the 2-burner stove that comes stock from the Westphalia factory. Gotta use the little lighter there. So I have both of them going at the same time, cooking myself some dinner or breakfast or coffee. And I always leave my kettle right there, easy access, warm up some water. And right here is the sink. So I have a 12-gallon water tank in here. The gray water just goes straight to the ground. Right here is the new fridge. So I took out the old original fridge. This is the new fridge. It works way better. I have it on my battery bank, and it just stays on 24/7. You see, I got some ground meat in there, a lot of fruit, some beer, a couple sandwiches, milk even, eggs. What more do you need? I love keeping the fridge right here too, because when I'm driving, I can reach back and grab some snacks because it opens up that way too. So that's pretty much the bedroom, kitchen, and closet area.
All right, guys, we're inside the van.
Welcome.
This is Sebastian's van, and welcome. We're gonna do an interview style, and then just ask a couple questions and then go from there. So yeah, man, so how did you start living in the van? What's your story?
My story, so I guess the whole reason I've wanted to live in a van is because I get to not only travel to cool places like this, but trying to sustain a lifestyle here by, well, not leaving pretty much, and not having to leave because I'm paying rent or I'm stuck in a hotel room or something. So I could come out here, and I just started working the seasonal job life. So I'll come out here for a couple months, work a seasonal job, not have to pay for astronomical like high rent or even like seasonal employee housing is still a little high as well. Hotels are out of the question, and I could just bum around in one of the most beautiful places in America, depending on where you choose that to be, and I could just live in the van. It's so easy. It's so much easier than I thought it would ever be, really. Like, just park anywhere. All the BLM land, all the public land, all the available water for the water tank, food, and you could live a really minimalistic, like, happy lifestyle and do what you love to have a sustainable lifestyle. I don't know.
Yeah, the whole rent thing is like kind of like out of control kind of deal. So like being another nomad and you're a nomad, it's kind of like we understand that feeling of like, man, let's just ditch the rent and just live for free off the land.
It's crazy. I had an apartment, my last apartment 2 years ago, and I was in the van more than I was in the apartment. I had it in Salt Lake City, and I wasted so much money because I was out traveling doing the stuff that I'd like to do, and I just wasted all the money on an apartment until I came to the point of realization where I could just stay in the van full time and not pay rent in the apartment. And that was just a small stint in my vast van life journey.
So yeah, how long have you been doing this, man?
I'd say off and on, because I do have stints of living in apartments or rooms to rent or employee housing. Was the most recent one. About 5 years. Five years in this van. Before this van, I had another van, did that full time for a year. Throughout those years, I've just tried making it as easy as possible. And you don't need all this crazy experience to live a life, live such a, what people see on Instagram to be such a luxurious lifestyle. I don't have a trust fund or anything. I work a 9 to 5, save up, travel, and continue, rinse and repeat. You know?
So what kind of challenges have you faced on the road and stuff? I'm sure like shower, laundry, toilets, issue, right?
No, as you know, that is, everyone always asks, like, where do you go to the bathroom? Where do you take a shower? Where do you get food? How do you eat? I just do it. There's public restrooms literally everywhere.
I know.
They don't have showers, but you get a gym membership. Anytime Fitness is the most franchised. It's not a plug, but it's the most franchised.
I have it too.
Yeah, the most franchised gym in all of America, in the 48. There are certain areas where they don't have Anytime Fitness, like Jackson, Wyoming. But there's the rec center. I got a membership there. It's so easy. Clean showers, 92% of the time.
Right.
And bathrooms are everywhere. I got the fridge, so food storage, cooking is no big deal. You could do it like you do it in a car. You just cook on a stove or the rice cooker, and it's so easy. Water, I thought that'd be an issue. Now, I will say sometimes in the winter, I do a lot of winter van life, that can be an issue because they turn off a lot of water sources, like at gas stations, truck stops.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the hoses, they ravel them up, put them up, and they just shut off the potable water.
Oh, so where do you get water from?
I'm kind of bad about it. I'll go and just get like those 5-gallon jugs at the store that come in the plastic containers, but I make it work, and I try and minimize my water usage. Like the public restrooms that have the water bottle fill.
Those I just used those today.
Yeah, exactly. So that I'll fill up all of my jugs with, and those are usually in a building or in a visitor center if you're near a national park. You can just refill those without having to source potable water from a truck stop or even a campground or something.
Just goes to show, like, it's just resourceful-ness, right?
Yeah.
Like, you figure it out as you go.
If you do run into an issue, you just a really quick, easy Google search. Like, all your problems are solved. Someone has ran into this issue before. The RV forums, it goes on and on. It's crazy.
Right. The beauty of, like, living in, like, nomad life, like, you get to do... you don't have overhead, so you don't have the rent and the giant utilities payment and the rent payment, or if you're in a house mortgage, right? So it's like you're able to move freely as you want because you don't have to pay for a whole housing payment and stay in one spot.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's so
yeah.
much easier. I'd say there is a downside with that. It's that you're in your vehicle, you're not in a house or any living accommodation. You're in your vehicle, so if you want to go somewhere, you're taking your house with you. So you can't just like leave your camp set up. You have to take everything with you, pack up and go. So
home is where you park it.
Yeah, home is definitely where you park. You got to keep that in mind once you're setting up. When am I going to leave in the morning? Because if you're going to leave early, don't set up everything.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe you leave the top down and the sink closed and just all the cabinets closed and just wake up.
Yeah.
Maybe make a cup of coffee and hit the road.
Because it's a giant earthquake when you drive.
Oh yeah, you want to be out of there as soon as possible. Who knows? Yeah.
So what tips or tricks or hacks can you give for newcomers trying to do van life or nomad life?
I'd say the number one tip is just to get out there and do it. And it's a lot easier than you think it is. It's just get in your car, get in your SUV, and go plan out a road trip, weekend road trip, somewhere cool, and feel it out. Park in BLM land or public lands, or if you can't, you could even park in town, roadside in town. But I would say that parking in town, you want to make sure you're parking in an area that not necessarily allows overnight parking or sleeping in your car, because there's not going to be a sign like you're allowed to sleep in your car here. No, it's going to say there's either going to be a sign for no overnight parking or no sign at all. If there's no sign at all in front of a park, it's free game. Go park there, set up, but not fully. Cover your windows. Don't have any light showing through the windows. I've got the Reflectix on mine, mostly for the heat and the cold, because it gets, when it's hot, it's hot. When it's cold, it's cold. But once you're in town, just no partying or anything. You're not in a campground. So just pull up, sleep, and move on to the next spot, or even wake up early, go to another spot and cook your dinner or cook your breakfast or something. If you're doing all that in one spot, then they're gonna know.
Yeah, you
or
get in, get out.
It's not that they're gonna know, but you're gonna think that they know, and it's gonna psych you out.
Oh.
That's the big one.
Have you ever gotten the knock on the window?
I have, but it wasn't to move. It was it was a knock. I was at a Walmart parking lot in Dallas, and they just wanted to see if I was okay.
Oh, okay.
They were going car to car, or like camper to camper. That looked like they're sleeping in their car or something, just knocking. Hey, we've got a care package.
Oh my God.
There's such nice people.
Dallas, huh? Yeah.
I don't need it. I'd much prefer you take it to someone else that did need it. I don't want to take the free food that they're giving out to people that are in need of that.
Yeah.
And there were plenty around that area.
What kind of hobbies do you do while living in a van? Like,
okay, so yeah, that's like the icing on the cake, because there is always going to be a reason we do this other than avoiding rent or any of that. If I want to go park at a trailhead, my number one thing that I love to do is hike and run and climb these insane mountains. So yeah, I just drive to the trailhead, park, wake up 3, 4 in the morning, make breakfast, and hit the trail. If I'm not hiking, then I like to paraglide, something I've been getting into the past couple of years. So like Nico and and we met up with my friend, we hiked up this mountain this morning, and we flew down, and Nico walked down. It was just
watched.
And it was way cooler than I could have ever imagined it would be, because it was just an inversion, and there's this huge fog layer at the bottom
above the clouds.
Just a sea of clouds. It was just so much fun.
You got to do that, just jump off and go
fly down.
Fly down.
I just have everything contained in one backpack, and it's just so easy to do. This is some of the things that I like to do. The reason why I live in a van.
It's all about experiences over kind of like the rent and stuff. So.
Yeah, and if it's not that, I just like to drive really far in the backcountry and camp out. And you don't have neighbors, you don't have anything, just mountains everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether you're doing something solo or not, you're always meeting people on the road.
Yeah.
You're never. You could learn to be alone and be happy being alone, or you could hop on social media or just go talk to another van lifer.
Yeah, that's how we met up.
It's so
Through DM
easy.
on
Yeah.
Instagram. So I mean,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
do like my alone time, but well, with that, you're never truly alone.
it's a
And,
community. It's a vibe like the Nomad life.
The
Yeah.
Nomad community is actually
dope.
insane. Yeah, you got all walks of life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on month 3, so I'm kind of a newbie. So.
You're in it. You're fully engulfed in it. Yeah.
So where can people find you on Instagram, YouTube, and stuff?
Yeah, so I am primarily on Instagram and just getting into the YouTube game. So
Put it right here.
yeah, you can find me at Sebastian Stoneham. That's one word, Sebastian Stoneham, and no spaces or anything. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, check out his channel and stuff and his Instagram, and yeah, go give him a follow and subscribe.
Yeah, hope to see you there.